Hey guys, Nick Alt the Ozark Angler here, and I decided I want to do something a little bit different. I want to start doing a weekly talk to you guys where we connect and I kind of talk about what's going on at like the Ozarks, maybe what's a big upcoming tournament, stuff like that, what the bite is, what I hear the bite is, because obviously if you've been following the channel, I can't catch fish when the water is really cold. I've been struggling, but I thought it'd be something really cool to do. I guess maybe call it desk talk or whatever. But it's something that for me to allow you guys to kind of get caught up on what's going on and where all the tournaments are at the lake this week and stuff like that. Just like a weekly post so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. But if you're not finding the information that you need as far as bass fishing here at Lake of the Ozarks, what you need to do is you need to go check out the Facebook forum, Lake of the Ozarks Bass Fishing. It's a great group of guys all getting together, and it's all about bass fishing here at Lake of the Ozarks. So if it's something you really need to know, you want to find out, or if you have questions about the fishing here at Lake of the Ozarks, that's the place to go. There's all kinds of great anglers on there, and all of them, are really friendly. So if you have questions about what the bite is, instead of asking me this time of year, I really don't know. So if you really want to get detailed clues on what's going on in the lake, check out Lake of the Ozarks Bass Fishing. You'll be able to get better information, especially this time of year when I'm struggling. I really can't point you guys in the right direction, and that's part of making fishing fun, is knowing just an idea of where to start. And unfortunately, I don't have that idea. I'm terrible. I'm just terrible when it's this cold. When the water is below 50, I just suck. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to deny it. So. But nonetheless, I still enjoy getting out in the water. I still enjoy getting my butt beat by, these little green fish that swim in the lake. But something really cool did happen. And, recently I got contacted by a gentleman named Dan. Dan looked me up on Facebook, and he's been a follower of my YouTube channel for a while. And he told me to give him a call. And I talked to this gentleman for a while, and he's a really nice guy. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to introduce me to E-Factor spinnerbaits, and that's something I hadn't even looked into, because primarily I throw like Strike King burners or ledge dwellers, or War Eagles when I'm burning the big Colorado blades, or I make my own. But he noticed that I throw a lot of spinnerbaits, and I really do. I'm a big proponent to throwing spinnerbaits, especially when those fish on Lake of the Ozarks are keen in on that shad bite. So that's what I'll throw a lot of the time. I would say 75% of the time I'm throwing a spinnerbait, unless there is just for some reason like a jig bite or a crankbait bite. I'm throwing a spinnerbait just to change it up. And if you go back and watch my videos, you'll see that. But anyways, Dan, I talked to him, and he's like, hey, you know what? We'd really like you to try out some of our spinnerbaits. And he was more than happy to send me a couple. And I got the package in the mail today, and I'm going to open this here because I kind of told him what I really like, but I said, just kind of give me something that you think I'll throw. And I gave him what I love throwing Colorado blades when the water's between 50 and 60 degrees. And sometimes when it hits 70 during the big gizzard shad spawn, I'll really throw a big thumping Colorado blade. But after that spinnerbait bite, when these fish start, just getting around structures such as logs and shallow water, shallow muddy water, without any delay, let's open this up. Let's see what's in this package. And I can't wait to get out there and try these, because you know what? It's really cool when somebody takes the initiative to reach out to me and just say, hey, why don't you give these a shot and see what you think. It might be a product I may not like, but I have a funny feeling after all the reviews I've seen that their product is pretty good, pretty top notch, and I don't think I'm going to be disappointed, because all the reviews point to a good product. And I'm sure some of you guys have actually been using them for a while, because they're out of, I think, Troy, Illinois, which is great, because the nice thing is I like to support small companies. If you look at all of my history, all the people I try to promote the people the small guy, the guy that, isn't quite there yet but has heart and desire, kind of like I do, puts his passion into his product and into his company and wants it to grow because he puts the dedication and time. And the one thing that really stood out are these blades. I honestly haven't seen these anywhere. These diamond stamped blades, and to me, that's something different. These fish see these regular nickel and gold plated blades without, or the hammered stamp style with the cups, the little bitty cups on them. These are different, and that's why I made sure he sent me a couple of these Colorados with them, and I really think they're going to be great. So let me open up one of these really quick. So the first one, this time of year, I really start keying in on Colorado blades. That Colorado blade, you can really slow roll it, and a ½ ounce is really all you need. You can get away with 3/8, but the difference I have found is if you go too light with too big of a blade, like I think this is a 5 or maybe a 6, and this is a ½ ounce with white and Chartreuse, which right now, if you've noticed, Lake of the Ozarks has been stained or muddy for a while because of the heavy rains. That cold water does not allow sediment to settle, and the lake will stay muddy for a little bit longer or stained. So that's where these bright colors with the gold blades and a big Colorado, that Colorado just makes a huge thump. And if it's something you guys haven't tried, you need to get out there and try a Colorado blade. I would say when the water is below 60 degrees. That makes a big difference because you can fish it a whole lot slower. Now, that's a really good looking Colorado bait. Now let's look at this one. This one's a dual diamond stamp spinnerbait with white and Chartreuse. I really, when it comes to spinnerbaits, white and Chartreuse or sexy shad are really the only two I really prefer to throw, just because they're it's simple. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to go fire tiger. We're not fishing super muddy water or anything like that. And look at the size of those blades on that. That's actually a really good spinnerbait for what I'll use it for, which is, you know, running ledges and stuff like that here at Lake of the Ozarks or some of the outlying lakes. So if you have a favorite deep spot, a favorite deep brush pile, running a spinnerbait by it is an amazing way to catch fish whenever you're not getting bit with that jig, or you're not getting bit with that, you know, particular bait that you're throwing for the day, or crankbait over a brush pile. Sometimes that spinnerbait just creates that right kind of flash or thump that just draws them out instead of a rattle. So I know that's kind of information that I try to keep to myself and not share, but at this point, you know what? It's no big secret. You guys watch my videos. You kind of know what I'm doing. You know what I enjoy doing. And spinnerbait fishing is my favorite. And for a company to reach out to me and say, hey, we want to send you some baits, that says a lot to me. That says that this company is willing to take the initiative and want to put their lure in the right hands for people to be able to experience, you know, the greatness that spinnerbaits can be. And from what I'm seeing, being a hand-poured spinnerbait, there's hardly anything I could even complain about this. The skirt is fantastic. The paint on it's great. You know, the blades are great. The swivel. When it comes to spinnerbaits, the number one thing I gripe about is the swivel. If you don't have a good swivel where you can get that blade just to sit there and spin, you're wasting your time. You know, if you're going to build a spinnerbait, if you like to build your own baits, spend the extra money for good quality swivels, because nothing's worse than a spinnerbait quit working on you because it just seized up on the swivel. So that's another wonderful Colorado blade, and the deep cut on them. So, and here's the last one they sent me, and this one is something I'm really excited about because this will be my probably midsummer when that shad run starts happening big time. Gold and silver blades, big blades with the silver shad. That's in a ½ ounce. Yeah, that'll be a deep brush pile spinnerbait for sure. So I want to say a huge thank you to Steve over there and Dan over at E-Factor Lures. I think that's just really cool for them to reach out and get a hold of me and try these out. And I'm going to be throwing these for a while and just see what happens with them. I mean, I'm excited. I like trying new brands, and you know, Strike King makes great products. I've used them for years, but I'd rather support a small guy. Let's move forward. So what's going on this weekend? Well, this weekend I have a sheet metal workers tournament with Bob. His company puts on a tournament, and we're going to be fishing that. And then Sunday, our Eldon Bassmasters has a club tournament, which if you guys are still looking for a club to join, I know it's kind of midway through our season as far as points go, but if you're looking to join a good quality bass club, the Eldon Bassmasters is a great club, and I'm part of it. So if you have any questions, just comment down below or find me on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to explain it all to you guys. But other than that, these fish have been in a funk. Not really a funk, but I think they're behind. I think what's going on is they're getting full eggs, they're ready, they kind of want to start that transition I think some of them have started that transition, but with the water temperature still really cold, it doesn't take them very long to move from the mouth of a cove to the spawning pockets or to the back. In reality, it'll only take a fish a half a day to go from the main lake all the way to the back. I mean, that's all the time it will really take, but they're not in any rush, so count for 2 days to make that travel. So the first warming trend we get where it's actually, I'm going to say 65 to 70 degrees back to back, that's when those fish will really start to move. And you can, if that water temperature gets to 55 degrees, I think that's where that bite is really going to start to explode. So needless to say, that's all I got to offer for today. It's been an awesome weekend. I hope you guys had a great Easter. You guys have an awesome day, tight lines, and I'll see you next time.